I first got into food sovereignty because my grandmother, she lived off the land for 20 years with no running water or electricity. She would sit out in nature and she would see the signals. That she knew all the little messages that nature would send out to let us know when certain things are coming forth. And whenever I go out into nature, I can feel her there, and I just feel like a sense of peace. Here is the sweet fern. So this is a little patch right here. As you can see, it's very rocky, disturbed soils. These can also be found alongside marshes too, because again, they like really acidic soils, and marshes tend to have very acidic soil near them. They also like very sandy soils, much like the blueberries. The zones that this plant grows in is zones 3 through 7. It doesn't like very hot climates. Once it gets into a hot climate, it does not produce like it does here. And you can tell that it's a sweet fern by the old leaves, and then as well as the leaves themselves. And these leaves, they are rounded, toothed edges. And the plant itself grows from the main stem, comes out to a branch here, and this branch, as you can see, has the little nodes that pop out. As you can still see some of the catkins. So these are the flowers of the plant. So these actually start budding out in the winter from the nodes, and these are all male catkins, and they can grow pretty long. Here is the male catkin, and you can actually eat these as well, fresh. Again, you can use them as, these are mainly like a seasoning plant. You can harvest the catkins pretty much at any stage, but underneath these, there's usually a female flower, and that flower, the catkin, is a lot smaller, and that's how they pollinate. They self-pollinate pretty much. This is called a nutlet, which is the fruit, and these little nutlets are edible as well. And the nutlets typically grow at the ends of the sweet ferns. So this is a nutlet kind of by itself, and not every shrub will have these, so they're very few and far apart. Late spring or early summer is when they blossom and start going into fruit. So that's like ending of July, early June. I'm just looking at where I should pick. I'm like, all right, this one's younger, these ones are more established. So I'm just gonna collect some ferns here. I would want to pick the ones that are a little bit bigger, because the smaller ones just don't have that much flavor. This one looks good. So I take this one, and as you can see, again, I'm not taking from one specific area. I'm kind of like spreading out where I harvest, so I'm not disturbing the plant too much. So when you're picking your ferns, you know, kind of holding the branch that you're picking near and from is it helps to not put so much stress on the plant when you're pulling it. We can just grab this one right here, and you just pinch it off with your fingers. It comes off very easily. You just pinch those off with your fingers. Despite the name being sweet, they're actually very savory. You can eat them green while they're green, and as they go throughout the season, they'll turn to an olivey color. But when they're first early on, they're kind of like bitter, almost lemony. But then as they age, they get more of like a bay leaf flavor. Same with the ferns themselves. Their flavor deepens as the plant grows.
All parts of the plant can be used when making medicine. It depends on what properties you want to concentrate on when extracting. Sweet fern contains many tannins that are medicinal. As a tea, it is powerful in helping to alleviate stress on the intestines. The antimicrobial properties in sweet fern aid in lessening inflammation within the body, reducing blood pressure, and rheumatic conditions of the skin. Sweet fern can also be used as an astringent on cuts, blisters, dermatitis, and relieve poison ivy rash, as well as sumac and oak.
Sweet fern often grows near blueberries. They have a nice relationship between each other, because there's an acid in the sweet ferns that helps to preserve the berry. So often when our people would be picking berries, they would pick sweet fern, and keep the sweet fern in the same container as the berries. So yeah, this plant takes care of the other plants growing around it.